Hey everyone. Okay, so this is the look today. It's my third video in the series of Alexandra Anele. I wasn't saying it right. I was saying Anele. It's Anele. Anyway, she was following a Bella Hadid inspired tutorial. I don't think I quite got the eyes right, but I do like the look. Yeah, it's fresh, it's pretty, I like it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, so I actually changed it up. I didn't want to go full glam today for sure. That was really full glam. So I changed it up because I wanted my makeup to be kind of longer lasting today. Because, oh, by the way, I already have on my primer, foundation, some highlight, liquid bronzer. Now I'm just putting on some cream blush. Anyway, I did my foundation, or BB cream, whatever, the same way I do every day, and you guys have seen that. Unless you haven't, then let me know, and I can definitely do a video on that. Yep. But anyway, one thing that I did different today, because I do want my makeup to be kind of long lasting, have a long day, was I'm trying the powder before foundation trick. So after my everything, my primer, my everything, I swept a very thin layer of loose powder, very finely milled loose powder, over my face. And I don't know, we're gonna see if it makes a difference. I found an Alexandra Anele video where she's doing the same thing, so we'll see if it works for her too. And I think we're ready to get started. Let me see. So
is missing. He's a 2-year-old boy. His name is Joe. He was playing on our driveway, and then he just...
Let's see.
There's been this trend kind of going around recently where you put powder down. There's a few different ways that people have been doing it, but basically you apply powder to your face before you apply your foundation. I was very intrigued by this simply because I saw Jordan Liberty do it. He's a genius. Apparently Jackie Aina has been talking about this for a very long time. For those of you who don't know, I'm not a makeup artist. I am self-taught. My background is in art. So as far as like application, I didn't go to beauty school, man. Nobody taught me this shit, so I'm kind of just like figuring it out. So I was like, this is interesting. I'm always down for different kinds of techniques. And I think I watched Robert Welsh, who I'm obsessed with right now. If you don't know his channel, he's blowing up and he's fucking amazing. He's a professional makeup artist. He knows his shit. So I watched him talk about it and he said yes. He approved. So I was like, cool. So I have been playing around with it a little bit. There are a few different ways that people have been doing it. They apply moisturizer, set it with powder, primer, then foundation. It seems like kind of a lot to me, so I don't really know. I think what I'm going to do today, because I've kind of like gone between that, which I don't really like applying the primer over the powder. I've been kind of doing like moisturizer, powder, foundation, but today I'm going to be doing moisturizer, powder, sunscreen, foundation, and I'm going to be talking to you about a very important sunscreen that I just started using. None of this shit's sponsored, by the way. Anyway, rambling. So yeah, let's moisturize first. So I think I'm going to go in, just because I love a nice moisturized base, I'm going to apply the Glossier Priming Rich Moisturizer, which you guys have seen a bunch of times. I just love how hydrating this is. So I'm going to take about, I don't know, that much.
We'll fast forward it in a minute because I've already done all this.
Should really just pat. I've been trying to do that more.
All the
so much better for your face.
Stuff and
so I like to hydrate particularly underneath my eyes because I have to put so much product down there. This is a very, very rich moisturizer, so if you are oily, I want to avoid it. But what I like about this is that I can like super hydrate my skin, and then when I go in with the powder, it kind of like, not mattifies, but it kind of like satinifies satinifies the finish, and it just kind of like holds onto that foundation so much longer without having to go in with powder later on, which ends up just being, I don't know, feeling very cakey to me. I feel like you end up layering lighter amounts of products with this technique. That's what we're going to be doing today. Anyway, so now that I have my moisturizer down, and I did moisturize my face when I got out of the shower, which was probably like a little over an hour ago now. So, and I used kind of like a basic matte, this is really bothering me, basic matte-ish moisturizer, nothing like super heavy. So now the powder that I'm going to be using is the Pat McGrath powder. This shade is actually a little bit dark for me, but the undertone is really nice.
It's pretty much it's very finely milled.
So I'm going to be applying this to my whole damn face. I need to get the light one, actually, the light powder, because the finish of this powder is so beautiful, but this shade has been too dark, but it's been perfect for this technique. So I'm going to be using the Morphe G4 brush, which is just this like big synthetic angled brush. Basically, I'm going to tap into the cap, put it, tap off some product, because I really don't want to go in with like too much. Just kind of start setting my face. It's literally it. You could use a Blendiful, you could use I have seen a lot of people applying so much of the powder, which I think is very unnecessary. I don't think you need to go in with that much. But basically until my skin looks just matte-ish, not super matte, like you don't want a ton of it.
Lips real quick while we're waiting for her to catch up. That's funny, for her to catch up.
Face looks like such a mess today. So kind of each time I'm tapping into the cap,
this is the Sugar Scrub by Mary Kay, Satin Lips. It's amazing.
Lightly pressing it into my skin, and then making sure to kind of take it like all over my face so it's nice and even. And it's a lot easier to see where I'm applying too much or enough powder because this is slightly dark.
Oh yeah,
on my face. I don't know how well you guys can see right now, but like I said,
we'll fast forward a little bit, like I said, because we've already done all this. But if you guys watch a lot of beauty gurus, I am happy to announce, which I don't know her personally, I don't know why I'm happy to announce, that's silly. But Carly Bible, which is one of my favorite beauty influencers, is going to have a baby. She's pregnant. I know how exciting that is. So, Carly Bible, congratulations. That's amazing. Parenthood changes everything about your life. There's some bad, but the bad's always worth it, and it's mostly good. I'm sure you'll be amazing at it. Okay. Anyway. Carly Bible. Congratulations. Okay, back to the video. Let me see if I can fast forward so we can get where we need to be here. Because I guess we kind of want to work on the eye look she has going on, since we kind of already done the foundation and everything. Let's see here. We'll just fast forward a little bit and see. Because it looks like she's doing a little concealer, which I haven't done, so. Let's see.
Okay. Probably work better with that. I think something to keep in mind is you can't all do it exactly the same way. It has so much to do with your environment, how much moisture there is in the air, how humid your environment is, your skin type, whether it's oily, whether it's dry, whether your foundation is more matte or more dewy, whether your primer is like more hydrating. It's like so many things to keep in mind. I would suggest just like playing around with all of these different techniques if it's something that you're interested in. I do recommend it, but I have had to play around with it for a little while to get to the point where it's something that I actually like.
I'm gonna use a little
okay, so now you can kind of see that my skin has like a very, I guess, a matte finish. I don't think it's like super duper matte. So now I'm just gonna go on and do my makeup like I usually would. So I'm going to color correct underneath my eyes with the
That's
LA.
what we're doing now.
The doctor's in.
I heard vaping weakens your immune system. What can I do to strengthen it?
Eating foods high in vitamin C like raw onion work wonders for your immune system.
Raw onion.
Light Girl Concealer and Light Ivory. I am a little bit worried about these like little dry patches right now, but you know, the show must go on. So what I like about this is a lot of the time when I would put down some kind of a liquid primer, the corrector, I had to be very careful about how I applied it because I didn't want it to move around too much. But now that I have the powder down first, it just stays right in place, which is fantastic. So I feel like it prevents you from having to use a lot of product. It allows you to be a little bit more precise with the application
agree.
and how much you use,
It
which
seems
is really
like
nice. But I just really like how smooth that looks.
I agree 100%. I feel as though putting the powder down first for whatever reason. I am using less product, which I don't use much product anyway because I don't like to look all cake face unless I'm going full glam, and then I still don't want to look cake face. So, but anyway, so far that's something I have noticed is I've had to use a like seriously like half or less of the product that I usually use because I guess the powder. Cool, huh? I think you know what just happened there. Yeah, so yeah, let me just brighten a little bit. Okay, maybe a little bit, right, like there, just right there. Well, I guess right here too. So my face matches. Okay. All right. So we did end up doing a little concealer, I guess. Okay. All right. Let's see. Just kind of pat it all in. Make sure it kind of melts into your face. You know what I mean? Oh, that's loud. I'm gonna need to call him back, I believe. Sorry. Hold on, I do have to check something. Okay, sorry about that. I had a call come through and it was a medical center, so I had to look and make sure that I wasn't forgetting an appointment today because I am like horrible with appointments. Like, it's bad. I don't know if it's like I can't remember or if it's like my anxiety, I don't want to go, but like I am horrible with appointments. Okay. Let's see.
Pat McGrath theme. So I'm going to be using the Skin Fetish foundation in light 3, and then I'm going to take this in the outer perimeter of my face and just kind of like blend in that highlight. I applied way too much of my foundation. Alright, I just threw down some brows really quickly, and now I'm going to do a little bit of contouring with my Vanity Makeup Cosmetics Sculpt and Glow palette. I'm going to be using Fair and the contour shade. Another really nice thing about this technique is that it works equally well with creams and powders.
Excuse me. So she is contouring now with a cream, and when I put on my foundation, actually what I do, or what I did today anyway, was in like this area, this area, here and here, basically the center of the face, and like right in here, I used a light color, and then like in my cheekbone area and along the contour of my nose area here, and like around in here, I used a darker cream. So my contour's pretty much complete. I don't really especially when I'm going natural, I don't like contour or snatch my face. Like, it's gorgeous, super gorgeous, but if I'm like just working, or I'm not gonna snatch my face. I used to, not anymore. So let's see what she's got going on.
So I'm applying all of my cream products now, but I am going to be going in with a powder blush. And since we already put our face powder down, I don't feel like the need to set my face before I go in with all of those things. And for bronzer, I'm using my KKW Beauty Contour Stick in medium.
And we will use a little bronzer. Let's see. And my bronzer, as soon as I find it, because you know we're old friends, always moving shit. It's very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. Okay. Well, we were going to go in with bronzer, but I'm not going to stand here looking for it forever. So we'll have to go with a different bronzer. I wanted to go with my Sparkly Mary Kay one, but apparently that's been put somewhere else. So we will do something different. We will do, let's see. I don't know. I don't know. This is dark. Maybe if I just put it light, just like light, because this bronzer is dark. It's like barely touch my skin, just kind of right there in the hollow, just a little bit, because like this is not the bronzer that I usually use. This is pretty dark. I mean, you know, like I've seriously never used this before. Like you can tell, like never. Not even sure how I got it or where it came from. Oh well, I mean, but anyway, so hopefully this will turn out okay. Not be too harsh. Basically what I'm doing is, I'm not really contouring, I'm just warming up my cheeks a little bit. I am contouring my forehead a little bit on the sides here and around the hairline. And yeah, then I'll probably end up putting a little bit in my crease. I'm gonna dust it over my nose, just kind of crinkle it up and dust it. Okay. I don't think it turned out too bad. I mean, not like super, super dark. Okay. Let's see.
Right now, for my under eyes, I am going to be setting that tiny little area, but I'm going to be using the smallest amount of powder. Basically, if you tend to be more oily, you can use powder in like your T-zone, underneath your eyes, whatever. But what's nice about this technique is that you don't need to use powder around the rest of your face. So I'm going to be using my LC Cosmetics Light Medium Setting Powder. And I always layer my concealer, so I'm going to take a teeny bit more of the Pat McGrath concealer and put it right here, just because I like that extra coverage. And then I'm really, really tapping off my brush. So that might look like a lot, but it's not, because my brush is just...
Man, this is taking a beating. No
and then using
idea.
that small amount of powder, I'm just going to pat it basically right here, right where I need it. I'm not going to take it out too far. Now for blush, I'm going to use this new one from Ciate. Well, it's new to me anyway. This is Breeze Marbled Light. Marbled Light blush.
She's using a pretty pink
I'm
one,
excited
so
about this. So I'm going to use my little Japanese brush to apply that. Alright guys, you get the idea. Do you see how nice and smooth everything looks? And there's like, it sounds weird, but there's like a little bit of stick when you apply everything. So rather than your brushes kind of like, or your sponges, I don't know, slipping around, it keeps the product exactly where you place it. And then, I don't know, it just like kind of blends really beautifully. And there's something really nice and luminous about it, not having to go in with a powder at the end, because I feel like a lot of the time that just kind of ends up like mattifying the skin. It's so much faster. I also end up using a lot less of each product. All right guys, I'm going to finish off my makeup and then I'm going to come back, check in with you throughout the day, because I don't know about you, but I got nothing else going on. All right guys, this is the finished result. I don't know how I feel about this eyeshadow look, by the way. I was filming something for another video, and
She's actually not doing that
I don't know.
eyes
I don't know how I
today.
feel about this, but it's
Well,
fine.
we did the foundation.
So
I think it
basically, this
turned
is
out.
what my skin looks
I think
like.
it turned out nice. Let me see.
This is what I love about this process. And I was thinking about
Highlight
this
a
when
little
I was
bit.
like
Highlight going
making,
on.
apple with peanut butter. I think I already said this, but the texture looks so much better.
Foundation.
I love that I'm not using setting spray. I love that I'm not applying my
We gotta
powder
figure out to do
after
the eyes
foundation
today, you guys.
because a lot of
I don't
times.
know.
So today I'm going to be showing you how I created this Bella Hadid Fox Eye inspired, Bella Hadid inspired Fox Eye, whatever. Bella Hadid's the whole like this thing, you know? We're going to do that. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, well I was waiting for my
I don't know how to do
neighbors
this, you guys,
to
so
turn off their
this
music.
thing.
I just texted my manager of the building and she said she would tell them, but it's not happening. So, if you hear a bass or any kind of background music, I apologize. This whole like
Oh my god. Have you ever had one of those days where like things are just not going right? Like, not at all. I'm having one of those days. Okay, let's try this. Okay.
very difficult for me to film. Okay. I'm also trying a new mic setup. Alright, anyway, so today we are going to be doing the Foxy eye trend because a couple people have asked. I've seen videos all over the place of this, and I've been kind of like honestly adjusting my own makeup to move a little bit more towards the trend. And so I thought I'd just kind of like go for it. I popped in these contacts from Desio because like if we're gonna be doing Bella, you know, I'm just gonna like embody her as much as I possibly can, even though we look absolutely nothing alike. She does have blue eyes, so
And
these
they look
are
nothing
Rebel Gray
like Bella
by
Hadid, but
Desio. I'm gonna take you through some of the tips and tricks to make your
but it'd be
eyes a
cool
little
to
bit
kind
more
of
snatched.
pick up the,
First things first, please don't shave off your eyebrows
the
unless you absolutely want to.
skill.
All right,
The Foxy eye look. So let's see.
that's a commitment. Okay, I've never done it, and I don't want to do it. The most annoying thing is that they just started doing this as soon as I started filming. And I know you're gonna pick it up, especially those of you who watch this with headphones. All right, let's talk eyebrows. So I am lucky enough to have like pretty. Okay, the cat scratching the wall. Tim talking in this fucking bass. I'm lucky enough to have like.
Okay, so I have a hard time doing my brows on camera, but I should have done my brows on camera because this is not how I usually do my brows. I mean, they're not complete. Obviously they're like on my face. I still need to brush them out and, you know. But anyway, I should have done it though, because with this look, I guess, because everything's kind of like that, like that-ish. So because of that, your eyebrows, instead of like, you know, here and then down-ish, they're going more like up, if that makes sense. I mean, not like, because that would be weird, but like, just kind of like, you can see, but just kind of like, see, really your eyebrow usually goes, but with this look, you want to go, if that makes sense. Okay. Just thought I'd explain that real quick.
Just like adjust how you fill your brows. You can use a little bit of concealer to cut off the ends of your brows. Basically what you want to create is the effect that your tail is above the like inner part of your brow. So if I take this and I show you kind of that angle, you want them to be like, okay, like all the noise. God damn it, man. Everything is against me today. In my opinion, the best thing to do is to just kind of like brush up your brows and try to focus like on creating that angle.
And I did. I brushed them up.
You don't have to like pluck all your brows off or shave off your brows.
I use soap.
In fact, I would advise against it because you don't want to look completely crazy.
I have to
when you don't have makeup
on.
If you want to, you can kind of like pluck them up a little bit, like maybe shorten them.
And I'm just putting a foiled shadow on my eyes. That's what I like it. Just kind of wait and we'll get to the next part.
Naturally, I have like hairs that come down like that, and I just kind of like wanted to. I like straightening them. I like that lift. So I've been doing that over time anyway. I'm gonna start off by kind of tracing a line underneath my brow, just to like sketch out the shape. And for the most part, I'm following, you know, my natural line.
I guess I can clear the pool.
Kind of like lifting it up there. So just a tiny little bit. I'm not really like shaping them completely. I'm not shaving off my fucking eyebrows. I'm just doing a little teeth look, you know what I mean? Just so I can put it in the title.
I don't like to use
I'm just gonna brush that out. I'm
pencils
going
in my
to
eyebrows.
use a little bit of soap. I'm gonna use my Dr.
I
Bronner
don't,
soap.
but we'll see what happens.
I've shown this to you guys
It's
before.
way too
It's just like
harsh.
a little bar. It's a bar of soap that I keep in a little baggie, and I spritz it with some setting spray. You can use water, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to be using the Kylie Jenner Brow pencil. It's like basically the angled brush with a spoolie. You can use any spoolie, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to take some soap and brush them up, basically straight up. She also keeps her eyebrows very, very natural. Like, they're quite light on her face. They're not super intense. Dude, I am so ready for this quarantine to be over. Not so I can go out, but so that these fucking assholes can go back to work. Okay, we're getting a little bit Jack Nicholson over here. Alright, so the brows are up. Now I'm gonna let that set while I do the rest.
Not a brow expert by any means.
Using the Vanity Makeup Contour Palette. This is the Sculpt and Glow palette. I've talked about this a bunch of times. This is in the shade Fair Trio. So it's got this contour shade, this is a highlighting shade, and this is like a cream highlighter. I'm going to use the contour shade first. I'm going to use this BH number 10 brush. And basically what I'm going to do is kind of create like a sweeping motion right on the outer part of my eye.
Okay, so she's like, let's see if we can do that. I think I'm going to need a smaller brush for that. See how. See that one? See that one? Different, big time. So I think I'm going to need this one. Let's see. And I think what I'll do is use my bronzer for this part because I found it. So basically she's just taking, you know, color and just kind of like sweeping it like that. Okay, so just sweeping it. And I don't know if she's going to end up bringing it in at all. I'm bringing it in a little bit just to kind of, you know, deepen my crease area right there. And the thing with makeup, you guys, is you just want to take your time, you know. You can create any look, really, if you're just patient and take your time. I am not patient by any means, but I do love makeup. I love learning like the different techniques. So I try to. Okay. So we got our little sweep going on. Okay. See? Can you see it? See? Okay. Let's see.
So I'm kind of defining like this area right here. Blending upward. But basically the shape that we're creating throughout this entire thing, it's going to be going like this, okay? There's going to be a lot of lift. She also keeps her eye makeup really, really basic, which I like. Because it looks like super natural. I'm going to blend it inward to like my natural crease, but I'm not taking it all the way in. I'm just kind of like
I took mine all the way in.
right here. Using the color that you contour with is obviously going to make things look a lot more natural. You have that color kind of like going throughout your face. So you want this to be really, really soft because we're basically creating a new contour of the eye. So you can kind of see how we're creating like this effect right here. You see that? To kind of like accentuate that, I'm going to, do you see how light this area is? I'm going to go in with the light shade in the palette. This color, which is very, very bright. and I'm going to like snatch this area.
So basically she's gonna like lighten
brush. Now this is a
here.
very light shade, so basically what I'm gonna do is take.
She's gonna lighten like under it, like right here, which will, I'm talking to myself in the mirror here, which will give it more of a lift even. So let's see, yeah. Let's see. Maybe just like right there, so kind of like goes upward, just like that, kind of like. Okay, let's see.
Get here. And then using my concealer using my concealer sponge, the top of the LC Cosmetics Velvet Sponge, I'm just going to blend this. And I'm just following that same line. Alright, now for the eyes, they're super basic. Like, she really doesn't have very much makeup on, besides like that kind of sweep in the crease. It looks incredibly natural. So what I'm going to do now is using my Dominique Cosmetics Latte 2 palette. I'm going to pick up Coffee Beans, this dark brown shade right here. Just hit myself in the forehead. And then using my KVD, what do they call this now? Something Vegan Beauty. Wait, KVD something. What do they call it? KVD Vegan, whatever. Kat Von D's angled brush. Who cares? This is nice because it's like super duper precise. It's actually a really good eyebrow brush too. I'm going to pick up Coffee Beans. I'm going to focus this on the very tip of the brush. What you want to do is create a little wing, but you don't want to take it all the way in. And using powders and keep this like super, super natural looking, soft. It's going to kind of like help to accentuate that like contour without looking like you have a winged liner on. You know, it ends up looking a lot more like a shadow and not like a lash shadow kind of, and not like a winged liner. I don't know. I just like the way her makeup looks incredibly soft, so powder is going to be great for this. You can also use like a smudged out eyeliner. So that seems shady. What I'm going to do is, this is like where the end of my eye is. So instead of starting there, I'm going to start a little bit above it and sketch out a wing. If you go too high, it can end up looking kind of weird. You want to go high enough that it adds like a little bit more lift to the eye. And then I'm going to kind of like just fill this area. I'm not even going to take it halfway, keeping it like very, very, very close to the lash line. I'm starting off by just kind of lining that up, painting it. And then I'm going to...
I can't wait till I have
keep that line super
my setup set up.
Alright, so now I'm going to pick up
This is like so horrible to film.
Like,
but this should be coming soon. I have an area at my shop that I'm setting up for filming and all that stuff. So, so all this disasterness won't keep happening. Just not ideal, you know.
brush, I guess you could call it. This is number 12 from whatever collection that is. No one told me my bill was going to double after 1 year. They're breaking it down. What are these fees? And I'm going to pick up Cafe con Leche, this one.
Just a light pink.
I'm going to use that, tapping it off. I'm just going to smoke this wing a little.
It's like a light,
basically just like buffing it over that.
like a little
Soften
shimmer.
it. You can do this as much as you want. Dude, it's so annoying that they have not stopped. It depends on like how natural you want this to look, but you don't necessarily have to like soften it out too much. You can go in with a little bit of black if you want. You can keep it just like this. Now, for my inner corner, because my inner corner isn't like so like tight, like cat eye. Let me look at hers.
This
Just imagine that we're
nice.
creating like a line.
So
You're creating this kind of
basically,
line. So
basically going to be making a little V, like, you know how you do the V's on the outside? Well, you're going to be making a V on the inside. So basically, you're just going to be extending this line right here and then connecting it. Anyway, yeah. So basically, you're going to be drawing a very thin line right here and right here. And I will do that and show you what it looks like. So you want to take like a probably dark brown or something. Let's see.
when people extend their inner corner with using like a little black eyeliner, sometimes if you take it up too high, it can actually accentuate the downward turn of your eyes, whether you have a wing or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that same little brush, and I'm going to use the coffee beans color. What I'm going to do is deepen up this area right down here. So I'm actually not going to extend that too much because my eyes are quite deep set. So when I do that, it kind of makes them look like very, very close together. So like right there, just to kind of sharpen that area. And then I'm going to drag it through here. And by adding that dark color right there, you're kind of closing that area, which is going to make it look a little bit more like Foxy. Because we put the dark a little bit lower here and a little higher here, it kind of helps to create that slant.
See? Little V there in the middle, or in there. Little extension.
Gyms have been closed, obviously, and these
Extension.
people have been home. So he's been doing like burpees above my studio because I think that's where their bedroom is. Now, the only thing that makes this kind of difficult for me is because I have like all these wrinkles. Like my eye bag is like kind of defined, and hers is just like so much tinier and cuter. So not the easiest, but basically what I'm going to do is using Frothy, this light shade right here.
The light,
I'm going to help to kind of like accentuate the darkness that I just put down, the darker colors. So I'm just using a tiny blending brush. This is from Morphe. I'm going to place this underneath where we did that inner corner.
Okay, so basically, you just want to take a white
my eye bags
and place it
this with the
underneath
powder rather than taking my concealer up there so that I can hopefully minimize creasing. You really never know.
the
Drag
corner.
it basically all along that eye bag just to kind of like lighten that up a little bit. And then running it all the way up here. All right, let's just assess the situation quickly. This is what we have going on right now. You know what? For my eyes, just because I have like this creasing and I want to kind of cover that up, I'm just going to pick up Cafe con Leche and then just kind of blend over this. It's such a pretty natural color, just so that's not just like natural skin. And then I'm going to blend together that same shade with coffee beans again. So I'm just going to tap between these two right here. And I want to define the crease lift a little bit more. So once again, just kind of like doing this shape, taking it about halfway. But I just want to accentuate a little bit more because my eyes can look very like kind of puffy up there if I don't define my crease at all. Alright, so now I'm going to fill my brows, and I'm going to be using a pencil for this. So a pen. I think the most natural looking brows are with a brow pen. I love Glossier, I love Lime Crime. Rimmel actually launched one recently that is a little bit thicker. It's felt tipped. It's not the absolute, like, most precise, but it is affordable. Anyway, so I'm going to be using the Bushy Brow by Lime Crime in the shade Dirty Blonde. And all I'm going to be doing is filling in the sparse areas, and I'm just going to try not to bring them down, basically like trying to extend this area. Looks so natural, I love it. Okay. Sometimes I wish I had blue eyes. Now I'm going to kind of accentuate that lift. Going in with Frothy again, just with a flat brush. I don't know what this is, BH number 7. And I'm going to run it underneath that brow, the end of the brow, and just kind of like...
I'm going to highlight like your brow bone.
And then I'm going to do the same thing here, because I want this to be lighter. I have so much darkness under my eyes that it's not easy. Alright, now I'm going to apply some blush. I'm going to use the Ciate Breeze. This is Marbled Light Blush in the shade Breeze, which is super pretty. I've been really enjoying this lately. And another thing that you want to keep in mind is just like the rest of your face placement. So since we did like everything going like this, we're going to maintain that with blush placement, highlight placement, bronzer. I already did my bronzer, but so rather than placing anything like on the apples of my cheeks, I'm going to keep it like up here, accentuating cheekbones. Can I tell you something? I've been doing the like powder after primer for foundation technique, and I just realized I didn't set my face at all or use extra concealer underneath my eyes, so if it looks different, that's why. And then for highlight, actually, I just got these new skin glosses from Dominique Cosmetics. I really want to try these. I think my code works for these too. So this is Golden Dew. So this is the skin gloss from Dominique Cosmetics, and it just looks so pretty. So I'm just going to apply this with my fingers. No, do I want to use my fingers or should I use a sponge? I guess I'll use a sponge. This is the sponge that I use to apply my foundation, so I'm just going to use the other side, like a little pointed. I don't know where the sponge came from. If you recognize this, please tell me, because
I'm layering highlight, you guys. I'm going to put like a golden down.
Yes.
And I use this technique with the highlighter that I learned from Snitchery, and I forget who she said she saw it from, but like instead of just like, you know what I mean, do like tiny little circles, teeny tiny little circles, barely touching your face, and I do it all up around this area. Put some on my brows, you know, and I'll bring it here, Cupid's bow. Sometimes I'll take it here. Not a whole lot though, because I have oilier skin, so there's really no need. But right now, I'm doing the tiny little circles. I'm putting it like a golden highlight first down, and then I'm gonna go in with it's like a sand, that was the golden. This is the sand, and yes, this is an eyeshadow palette. But I have tried so many different highlighters, you guys. Like, I love them. I really like the cream ones. But for whatever reason, the best thing that I found to set the cream with and keep, you know, real good shine is the shimmery shadow. I mean, I buy a powder highlighter, but I don't know how I discovered this. Might have been just by accident one day. But I really do like certain eyeshadows as highlight. Like, I really do. Like, it's the eyeshadows that I do like for highlight, they've literally become my favorite highlights. So, yeah. See? You can see it, but see it. Okay. Okay. Anyway.
The super high point, so like I'm gonna place it way up here, basically not bring it any lower. I'm actually gonna trim my finger. I want it to be a little bit more intense. It's really pretty. Ooh. Do the same thing right here on my brow. Ugh, that's so pretty. I love that. Okay, so inner corner. I'm gonna use this little brush. This is a tried and true. I don't know where I got it. It has no name.
Okay, real quick. So I'm pretty sure what's fixing to happen here is, so you know how, well, I don't know if you do or not, but we highlight our inner corner with a really light shade. So with this look, since we darkened our V right there, I think what we're going to end up doing is taking a really light highlighter color and precisely, not blown out, needs to be precise, putting it right in, like, right in this area above the dark that you did. I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to be doing. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. So let's see.
I think I got it at Walmart when I was like 14 or something crazy. It's basically just like a little detail brush. What I'm going to do is, since we put the dark color in like this area, I'm going to highlight just above that. I don't want to take it all over the place. So I'm focusing it right in there. I think precision is really key for this look. Wiping off my brush, and now I'm just going to kind of like pat it so it doesn't look like it's just popped on. All right, let's finish off the eyes. So I'm going to, basically we're just going to be applying mascara to the upper lashes. So I'm going to curl my lashes, and I'm going to try to focus this on the outer part. I am using the Japanesque lash curler. My other favorite one is by Lancome. You want to find one that fits your eye shape really well. So if you feel like they're all really tight, try either this one or the one from Lancome. I like to use pulsing motions. I'll lift it. And then, all right, and then I'm gonna go straight in with mascara. I've raved about this a million times. This is the Monsieur Big by Lancome, waterproof. That's the key. Holds a curl like fucking crazy. It's probably my favorite mascara of all time. And I'm gonna focus this on the outer corner. Eyes. Why do they not feel like they curled at all? And then basically as I get like in a little bit, I'm gonna use the tiniest amount. Why do I feel like they didn't curl at all? Is that like how long I haven't worn makeup? My eyelashes are just like, nope. Now you obviously don't have to wear falsies with this look, but I want to because I have some that I'm really excited about. Also, my eyelashes tend to go down like that.
But I am excited. I ordered my first pair of, ouch. Sorry, hold on. I ordered my first pair of magnetic lashes. Like, I'm stoked. I can't wait until they come in. Because I love false lashes. Like, I used to wear them every day. No joke, like every single day. But they're a bitch, you know? I'm sorry, but they are. If you're one of those people that just, like, can do it, I can get them on eventually. But then my corner will flap around. It's an area of frustration for me. So I ordered some magnetic lashes. I really hope they work. I really hope they work. Snitchery ordered some, and on camera she tried them, and she said they really worked. If they do, I'd be so pumped. Oh my gosh, it's not even funny. So, I'm going to put on some mascara real quick. And then I think we'll be about done. So I will come and check back in with you guys when I have my mascara on. And for the final result. So, thank you. So, anyway, yeah, so I put on some mascara. I'm almost finished. Oh, I put on some lipstick too. I don't know why I didn't film that for you guys. I'm sorry.
Just outside.
But I mean, if you want to see that or know about it or whatever.
It's so pretty. It just kind of like allows me to overline them.
But anyway, as far as the eyes go,
But
because that's kind of what we were working on, the eyes.
Nice, natural.
You know?
All right, let's pop this on since it's tacky. When I place it down, I'm going to
Her eyes.
kind of try to focus
Her
the
eyes are
end of
way
the lash
more-
up a little bit higher
I think
than
hers are way like
bottom of my
more
lash line.
Like,
If that makes any sense. I'm gonna try to
I know
find
you've never
follow
done
like the
that.
lines I created with
Like,
that shadow.
this. So I guess I'll have to practice a little bit more.
Okay, so it might look crazy for
I
a
don't know,
second
we'll
while
see.
I let it set.